It was all hypothetical until opening ceremonies. And David, you were responsible for that wonderful show. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, Peter, Walt Disney was supposed to do it originally, and they gave Peter a budget on some parts of it, and the budget was 4 times what the budget they gave him, which makes Peter's ears go up and say, wait a second, if they're going to be 4 times, what are they going to do with the budget of the opening ceremony? So he decided in his mind that they weren't going to do it. So he calls me up one day and says, we'll have lunch together. He says, you know, I'm going to do it. I know it's impossible, it can't be done, it's blah, 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 but would you do the opening ceremony? I said, Peter, I made documentaries and films, I've never done an outdoor event. He says, well, I know it's impossible, and he said, well, but will you do it? So I said, well, let me think about it overnight, because so I go home and I think about it overnight, and I tell my wife, she said, well, you've never done that. I said, I know, but somehow I have a feeling I can. But so I went back to Peter, and everybody knows this. I said, Peter, there's 2 things I want. One is that I don't want anybody overlooking me. If I'm going to be responsible, if it's a failure, I want to be responsible. I don't want to have a failure at 7. I have a committee telling me how to put the games on. He said, nobody will tell you. You're on your own. And the second thing, I didn't want to be in the official Olympic building. So everybody had ties and shirts and jackets. And I knew the kind of people were coming over to visit me, dancers and singers. So I said, we have to have an office in a different place. And we did. And he gave me a budget for the game. Now, the opening ceremonies was okay, on budget. But halfway through the games, I had a lunch with him. I had about 3 lunches during the game. And he said, how's the closing ceremony? I said, well, I've got a little money problem. He says, don't worry about the money problem. Don't worry. So I said, what do you mean don't worry about it? Don't worry about it. Give us a great closing. I knew in my mind then we must have been,
making money.
Things must have been okay.